My biggest culture shock was the traffic. The traffic was the biggest thing for me. Everything else was fun. I was open to everything, but when I just like, I was panicking. The first time I was panicking just because.
Halo Kanca Bima, kembali lagi di BPJ Podcast dan di sini bersama saya Fira dan hari ini lagi ada di satu-satunya House of Bapi aku dan kali ini today kita kedatangan Kierell Green, am I right?
Yes.
Pronouncing your name?
Yes,
Kierell Green, guys.
Yes.
How was your day, Green?
It's been pretty good. I've been enjoying the food here and just everything about it.
In House of Bapi aku, right?
Bapi,
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you greet our fans, Kanca Bima, who watch this podcast?
Hey, Contra Bima. It's good to see y'all again. Can't wait to see y'all for our next games. Thank you for the support all year. Here I am.
Yeah, because this actually today is still in IBL season, right?
Yes.
So, Kierell Green, hello. I am Fira.
Hey, Vera.
We met before
Fira.
actually, but Kanca Bima and home don't really know about you a lot. So, today I'm gonna talk about a lot of things and also about you, not only as a basketball professional player, but also in a personal. So, Green, you are a student athlete before, right?
Yes.
Before you go in Indonesia, specifically in Yogyakarta. So Kierell Green is a student athlete at Washington DC, right?
Yes.
In IDEA.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the high school I went to, yeah.
Yes. So you were the first IDEA student athlete to earn an NCAA Division I scholarship.
Yes.
Am I right? Pronouncing
Yeah.
it? Yeah. So how did that moment shape your mindset as a basketball player and as a person?
It did a lot for me. I feel like I just learned how capable I was, because I didn't know that I was capable of getting a scholarship. Okay. So when it happened, it just kind of confirmed and opened my mind up to just how far I can really take it.
You met a lot of friends and also they are a student athlete too, right?
Yes.
There. Can you tell us how long you have that scholarship and then what did you do in that?
So my first 4 years, I went to Niagara University. I went for sports management. Okay. I played basketball there, then went to school. I ended up graduating with my bachelor's in sports management. After that, I went to Edinburgh University in Pennsylvania, and I got my master's degree in communications. So it did a lot for me. It prepared me for like the corporate world, which I felt like I wasn't ready for, meaning I wasn't ready to start working in the corporate world yet, but I was prepared for it. And it also gave me like more credentials while I was playing basketball, to have more film on the court and then also be educated.
So by the way, I'm also a communication student too.
Okay.
So actually I want to learn, by the way. I think it's a personal question. So what did you learn in communication? Because today is also a learning process for me, talking with Kierell Green.
The first thing I learned was how to find sources and like research. Basically, when you gotta write a paper, you have to do tons of research, and yeah, that was the main thing. That was the biggest thing for me, learning like just how much I had to research and summarize it down. I did a whole lot of that, and then for grad school, it was a little. The work part was harder, but it was easier because we didn't have to go to as many classes. But and I had great professors there. Dr. Gibson, I don't know if you ever watched this, but Dr. Gibson was a good professor there. She really helped me out a lot.
Okay. So you do a lot of research.
More than I wanted to. More than I wanted to, yeah. It was good though.
But you still love basketball, right?
Yeah, love basketball, yes.
Talking about Indonesia, we talked before that you were in Bali before.
Yes.
And then before that you go to Germany.
Yes,
as
Germany.
a basketball.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what was the biggest cultural shock you experienced when you first came to Indonesia before Yogyakarta, ya guys?
My biggest culture shock was the traffic. The traffic was the biggest thing for me. Everything else was fine. I was open to everything, but when I just like, I was panicking. The first time I was panicking just because it was on a different side of the road, and then I vividly remember like coming from the airport, and the team manager picked me up, and he was like making a left turn. He was making a left turn, and like the bikes were like driving past him, and I just knew he was gonna get into an accident. But that was the biggest culture shock. Yes.
Yeah, I experienced that. 20 years. This 20 years, I always see traffic, but one thing that I learned about it that, or maybe you later, because traffic makes me, disciplined about my management times.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Now I feel safe on the road. There's no issues on the road. At first it just was like, oh my God, like, do they know where they're going? Yes, they know exactly where they're going. Everybody knows what they're doing. And yeah, I actually rode bikes in Bali. They gave us like a bike, so we learned how to go on the bikes and went all around Bali. Yeah.
Talking about Bali, what is the different things that you see from Bali, that you saw in Bali, and now you moved to Yogyakarta?
I'll start with the similarities first. I think they're both like very cultural. I think, and that's one thing I enjoy. Like the people there are very friendly, and they actually want to get to know you and care about you. That's one thing that I did like about both cities. I think Bali is a little more vacation-y vibe. I think it's a lot of stuff going on over there, just from like a lot of tourism coming into there. Georgia has just as much tourism, I feel like, but it's more from like locals, like a lot of locals and students, population comes to Georgia. So, but I like Georgia for me personally right now, where I'm at in my life, more calm vibes. I just get to focus on basketball and my goals outside of basketball.
More comfy, right? In
Yes.
Yogyakarta.
Yeah.
So, Green, you say that Bali is more, vacation vibe, and then in here, so in Bali you are 1 year there.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
and now, is there any different about the weather? Because, you train a lot. You train a lot because you are a pro player of basketball. And then, how did you adapt to the tropical weather and lifestyle here? Because Bali and Yogyakarta is still Indonesia, and Indonesia only have two weather here.
Yeah.
And then, how did you adapt to that things?
Yeah, that's another one that was a culture shock too. The weather was really, it was a lot to deal with at first. You gotta overhydrate, but it's good because it gets your body like in better shape quicker. Like, yeah, I really enjoy the weather here though, because back home it's cold.
Okay.
And I don't really like the cold weather.
So you enjoy here, right?
Yeah, I like the hot weather. It's sunny, and then I don't know if this surprised people, but I like the rainy season because like once it starts to get hot and there's no rain, I just feel like it's just overbearing a little bit. But I like it's hot in the morning time, then it'll rain in afternoon time, or vice versa. It'll rain in the morning time, then it'll heat up in afternoon time. So
Is that impact for your training, your sport training for like in Yogyakarta now in one day we just find that sometimes it's sunny day, and then when you open your eyes, I feel like I'm ready to start my day, but in the afternoon, 3 or 4 hours later, it's raining.
Yeah.
Is that impact for your,
No, it doesn't really bother me no more. I think when I had cause everywhere when it rains, the traffic slows down. Nobody wants to drive fast, so you gotta book your times to go to practice an hour or 2 hours before. But other than that, I enjoyed the rain. It was nice.
It was nice in
Yeah.
Jogja. At Bima Perkasa Jogja. Now I want to talk about BPJ,
Okay.
Bima Perkasa Jogja. So Green, this is your first year
Yes.
in BPJ. So what has your experience been like so far with Bima Perkasa Jogja, with this team, both on the court or as part of the organization?
I've been extremely happy with it. I feel like it's given me an opportunity to grow. That's one thing that I had learned. I think it was the first month, I'm like, okay, yeah, I have to become a better person and a better leader for the team. And it's been really showing me just how I could become a better leader, and that's going to help me in all parts of my life. I enjoy all my teammates. I love all my teammates. I want to shout out people, but I don't want to pick out certain people. But I just love all my teammates, especially the rookie. I love all the rookie guys. Great character guys. They work really, really hard, and they show so much love. They'll ask me questions, and just you could be having a bad day, they just be smiling and laughing and always having fun. I love all the rookie guys. And then for the older guys, I really do. I connect with them on a level where it's we're around the same age. So outside of basketball, we connect with most of them do have girlfriends and families, which I don't, but I still connect with them and have fun with them. The staff, I love all the staff. They care for me a lot. Coach Ale, that's my guy. He helped me. He handpicked me, so that's my guy. I really love Coach Ale. Yeah.
Hi, Coach Ale. So I want to ask about how you keep your spirit on, on the court before you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you gotta love the game. You gotta love the game, and you gotta be grateful. That's one thing that I've been huge upon this year. Not only this year, but just all throughout since I've been in Indonesia. Just being grateful for the opportunity to be, not in your country, across the world, and you get to play basketball and be in front of fans that love you. I get tons and tons of DMs all the time. Good job, Green, or keep going. Just that stuff means so much to me. So I'm just being grateful and happy to play basketball.
Being happy and grateful, guys, because Kanca Bima out there, outside this camera, or maybe Kanca Bima in there. Also, maybe I'm not basketball player, but a lot of in Yogyakarta, a lot of student athlete also. They want to know a lot of Kanca Bima, also an athlete. Maybe they are curious about how they can keep their spirit, because discipline is very impactful for your career as basketball player, right?
Yes.
Itu tipsnya Kanca Bima ya. Consistent. Is that consistency is?
Yes, consistency is a key to life. Honestly, outside of basketball, consistency is something that you definitely want to. You definitely want to have that habit and that character trait, especially for basketball. You definitely want to be consistent, whether it's showing up every day, working out every day, or being the guy that shakes everybody's hand every day, being the guy that, everybody can depend on a laugh for, or depend on you to give them some good advice. Being a consistent person is, a great quality that a lot of people look up to and depend on. So,
is there any different culture that happened to you? How could you describe the different of it, the basketball culture in Indonesia compared to back home in the US?
I think it's actually kind of similar. The only thing I think that's different is I think they favors football out here more. Like, and back home we favor basketball, so like we could be 3 years old, 4 years old, and we just gonna play it all the way up till, like, I've been playing basketball my whole life, like without really stopping. The play, like, they love basketball out here. We up and down, like it's a fast pace, same as it is in US. Yeah, I just think we have, I would say more facilities though, cause like where I personally grew up from, it's like a basketball court, maybe like 2 kilometers away. It's another one 2 kilometers away. It's another one. So it's like 3-4 basketball courts, like within like a small area. That's the only thing I would say is the difference.
Yeah, it's true that in Indonesia, you know, you also watch football, right?
Yes.
In the pastime, yeah. In Indonesia,
that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. You
Yeah.
see the ambience right there, yeah. Well, talking about Yogyakarta, you also tell us about the culture shock. But is there any food that you like, that you know, what Indonesian food have you tried so far? And then do you have a favorite from any of it, or one that surprised you?
I like is it rendang? Rendang.
Rendang.
I like
yes.
rendang a lot. I don't know. That's not from Georgia.
That's not from Jogja. It's from Padang.
Padang.
Yes, from
Okay.
Padang. But it's spicy. You like it?
I didn't try this. I don't think I tried the spicy one yet.
Okay. Rendang. But in Jogja we have bakpia.
Yes. I like bapia a lot. I like the my favorite one is the chocolate one. I like the chocolate one a lot, and the green bean one. That's my second favorite.
Green bean one.
Yeah.
So you know green bean, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I have recommendation food that maybe you can try someday in
What is it?
Yogyakarta. You know, in Indonesia has a lot of city, but we have ketoprak. Ketoprak is my favorite one. It's from basically the main things, the main seasoning in ketoprak is peanut sauce. But in other city, they also using peanut sauce, but they, having their own authentic food. Karedok, Batagor. It's also from another city and not from Jogja. Maybe you don't very recognize that peanut sauce.
I had satay with peanut sauce on it.
Satay.
Yeah,
that's
so-
right, satay. But you have to try ketoprak.
Yeah, I need to try it. Yeah.
Ketoprak.
Yeah.
Well, okay, ketoprak, you have to try it. But you love bakpia from Bakpiaku, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay, Green. Besides, talking about basketball, talking about Yogyakarta, because you now live in here, I saw you on Instagram.
What'd you see?
I saw you on Instagram. You made a video, a creative content video. You reviewing your books that you read before.
Yeah.
So is that reading a book? Is that your hobbies of the court?
That's been one of my hobbies for a while now. It was on and off as a kid. I used to read a lot, and I kind of got away from it, but now I've been doing it like a lot more. I really enjoy it. So I just been working on a new project where I basically like just give like gems or advice from the book, and like
Real talks, right?
Yeah, real talks.
Real talks.
And I just give just advice in like a short form. So we just working on it now, the project.
Reading a book. I also love to reading a book.
Okay. What book? Like what type of books?
It's this year I have read 3 books.
Okay.
But my favorite one this year is emotional intelligence. Have you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I read a book like that. Yeah, I've read a book like that before. Wow.
Besides reading books, is there any of your interests on other thing beside basketball, beside books that you usually do for having fun or just having relaxed time?
I like to bowl. I like to go bowling. I like to go out to eat with my friends. I do a little shopping. I go shopping like I actually love the mall.
Okay.
I love the mall. Like anywhere I go, I try to always go to the mall. Yeah, that's it. I think a new hobby that I picked up was like going to coffee shops and just relaxing. That's something new since I've been to Georgia that I've done way more than before.
Go to coffee shop.
Go to coffee shops, yeah.
In Indonesia, we call you skena.
Skena.
Skena. It's like a slang for people went to coffee shop to talking to each other and then just having time, having relaxed time. It's called skena.
Skena.
Right? Kaca Bima?
Skena.
Is there any skena there? Because Green is skena also. Well, reading book, going to coffee shop, and then you have to do your basketball training, and then now you also have to IBL season still going on, and then now I want to ask you about, or maybe Kaca Bima also want to know, is there a personal philosophy you live by as an athlete or as a person?
Yes, actually, and I just came up with it. I think like 3 months ago. It's my personal vision. It's to be someone that people can depend on. If that's on the court, for me personally, showing up every game, being a leader, and just being that guy that people can depend on, people can trust. And then for my life, the same with my family, friends, being that person that people could depend on. They know that they can rely on me and, trust that I'll be there for whatever situation is there. So, yeah, that's a good question.
And I think that's a good things that we learned from Kierell Green.
Yeah.
And is there any, I think this is the last question from me. Like, Indonesian fans, also Kaca Bima out there want to know you better in this podcast. So my last question is, what would you like to say to them, to Indonesian fans, to Kaca Bima, who wants to know about the real Kierell Green beyond the player they see on the court?
Okay. You can follow my YouTube page. I got a lot of stuff on there. I'm a very chill guy. I don't really do too much. I like I said, like to read. I watch YouTube just like maybe y'all do, social media and stuff like that. Hang out with my friends. I got a lot of friends back home. Really, I'm just like grateful to be a professional basketball player. Happy about that, and now I'm starting to expand outside of basketball and get into more stuff. Like I want to start a nonprofit for kids to basically, help them with time management and reaching their goals. Education is a big thing for me. Outside of sports, I really like boxing, like MMA, boxing, UFC, all that stuff. I really like that type of stuff. R&B, hip hop. I listen to R&B and hip hop. Yeah, that's it. I'm pretty boring, but like most of my stuff is on my YouTube, on my Instagram page, and of course, I'll be more active in the community so y'all can come and talk to me and all that stuff.
Okay, well, Kaca Bima, if you want to know Kierell Green deeply, maybe you can find Kierell Green on his YouTube channel, your YouTube page or Instagram.
Yes.
Oke, banyak hal yang bisa kita ambil dari Kierell Green. Banyak juga teman-teman yang tanya, Kaca Bima yang tanya, mau ketemu dong sama Green, mau ketemu, aku ketemu duluan. jadi itu tadi Kierell Green ngomongin tentang banyak banget hal-hal yang bisa diambil di luar sebagai seorang pemain basket profesional yang sekarang sedang ada di Bima Perkasa Yogyakarta. Thank you Green for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you also for BPJ teams, dan Sekian dari saya dan juga Kierell Green. See you on another video.
See you.